what are we talking about today, Spencer?
Well, firstly, we can't start without talking about the drinks in our hand.
The drinks in our hand.
I got Dutch Bros today. It's kind of rare, but I did it. I went to the bank, and there was a Dutch Bros right across the street. So I got that ER911.
Oh.
How many shots are in that?
9?
No way.
No way. There's no way there's 9.
I think there's only 6.
I should Google. Okay, 6. That's
I
still
think
a
there's 6.
lot of shots.
No, because it's not for me.
Oh
Because,
my
guys,
gosh.
if you haven't heard my coffee order yet,
Ooh.
it's 6 shots on ice. I don't do flavoring or anything. I just say double wrap my paper cup. It has to be in a paper cup with 6 shots on ice and a straw, because usually I'm in a nice shirt or something, so I like sucking it out of the straw.
It's true. If I get him 6 shots on ice and
protective.
it's not in a paper cup, which they don't put it in a paper cup usually,
They sweat.
he gets mad.
I do.
He's a diva with his coffee.
Well, it depends on the day, because if I'm not wearing, dress clothes, I press all my clothes, and if I'm in a nice shirt, you pay good money to have good clothing. So that's why it matters to me. Maybe I'm
so funny.
Maybe
You're
I'm
so
a diva. Whatever.
You're so particular.
But
what do you got? I haven't drank coffee that isn't decaffeinated since we moved into this home. So I think it's been since
5,
February.
6 months.
Yeah,
March.
and I'm a real was a coffee addict. So there was just one day when I was like, we were about to actually go to our radio show, and it was like 2 p.m. and I'd already had like 3 coffees that day, and I was literally like, I got 8 hours of sleep. I shouldn't be tired. I eat healthy. Like, there's literally no reason for me to feel this way. But I was like, I cannot function like if I don't have another coffee. Like, I felt so crappy. And so that's when I was like, realized it was an addiction. And I was like, I'm done. No more. We're done. We're cutting this off. I stopped drinking it. And then we moved into the house like right after that. And I just started making decaf. I started setting my coffee pot to make me decaf as soon as I woke up. And
which was a big change, because Mariah, if you don't know Mariah, she usually likes going out.
I love going out.
And so drinking
coffee
or even decaf coffee from home was a big step.
Yeah.
We can buy all the coffee grinds we want, and she usually would never use it. So I'm proud of her on that one.
But now it's tea, I used to not even feel like the caffeine, but now when I drink tea, like I totally feel it. And if I don't drink it, like I need it. So now I'm
She's
like, okay, now I'm addicted to the tea caffeine. So now I need to just stop drinking that, because
as I would tell all my
I don't
wrestlers,
need to be addicted to anything.
It's all mental.
It's not mental.
all mental.
I promise you. Someone comment and tell him it's not mental, that understands the struggle, because it is not mental. I promise you. It is something in your brain that says, I need caffeine or we're not going to make it.
All right. So besides coffee, caffeine, that's kind of one of the starters, though, in our day. And I think that was because why I was talking about it. I just want to tell you guys our kind of routines.
I just want to know what we're talking about today.
Well, coffee, it gets us going.
We're talking about coffee?
No. The coffee gets us going to get into real estate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Does that not make sense?
The tea gets me going to get into real estate.
The tea gets you going. The coffee gets me going.
It's the tea for me.
But we're kind of in that swing market. As I'm telling a lot of our clients, is buyers especially. I was just out in a really, really cool acreage property in Oregon City yesterday. We might post a video of it on one of our other channels so you guys can view it if you'd like. Not many things come available like this, and it's those unique properties that get us brokers very kind of not necessarily interested in real estate again, but excited, because I feel like we have just been in a drag of listings that are all similar or the same, and they cost so much, but you're not really getting much out of it. Now, yesterday I got a little buzz. I went to the property and I was like, oh my gosh. The reason they had just so many cool characteristics.
Didn't you say there was a barrel sauna?
There was a barrel sauna.
That's pretty cool.
There was this like really cool creek. Right?
Ooh.
Yeah, just dividing
Creek
it.
Side.
It was amazing. And they used the creek and made it like a cold plunge. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, they built their own cold plunge outside of the sauna.
And were your clients going to buy it?
I think we're going to write an offer today after we're done with the show.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's like a dream, having a sauna with a cold plunge creek right in your yard.
And a year ago, I probably would have never even went out to this property if it was available, and here's why. It was so competitive. And it would have had probably 12 showings on it, 6 other offers. Right now, it's sitting. It's only on market for 5 days, but it's sitting. And the reason I know it's sitting, the broker I'm texting this broker saying thank you for the showing, gave her our feedback. Hey, we like it. This is what I'm waiting on. And I'm honestly just waiting on my clients. Okay, let's write the offer. I have all the details ready to go. and they really love it because it's so unique. It's built in the 30s. It was a historical home, 3-bed, 2 baths, nothing big, but it's on an acre with 3 lots. So it's all dividable, and you can create some nice rental income on it too. So the flexibility was really important.
You know, I'm noticing things are really changing too, because I just had an offer that's getting accepted, and it is a full price offer for a $500,000 home. And
wait, you're getting accepted?
I think so, but it's full price. Okay, the fact that
she
there's
submitted
even,
it yesterday. We've been talking. We don't know.
But the thing is, what I'm trying to say, my point I'm trying to make is, because this is not just like right now. Like, this is something I've had happen recently in other circumstances too that are similar. Like an offer at ask price. Like, we're seeing this. Yeah. I'm sure you're seeing this too. I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. What are you seeing in your market? But like, that's wild, because that's just, things are changing.
Oh, totally.
Things are really changing.
Totally. And the reason we're able to write offers with my buyer not necessarily being completely ready is because it's a contingent sale. Like I said, a year ago, I probably would have never even touched this property because of how competitive things were.
Having a contingency too, you'd think there's no shot. Like, that was so much harder
good
back
luck,
then. Yeah.
You know. But now I'm even feeling more confident in submitting offers with closing costs, you know, on most of them, because I'm all like, hey, it's sitting on market. There's no other offers. It doesn't hurt to ask. It comes back to that philosophy. Now, obviously, we're not wanting to hurt the seller's feelings or create a bad relationship with the seller's agent. But remember, you guys are working for the buyers in this point of view. Okay, if you're representing the seller, you're working for the seller. You got to make them the best deal. I'm here to make my buyers the best deal, and that's ultimately saving them thousands of dollars. Now, if you're a good agent, you're going to be doing that. You're going to be writing and asking the right questions. The scared agents, the new guys, they just want to get another deal. They just want to write another offer at full ask, and hopefully it goes through.
It's got to be like the long game. You know, you got to think of it as a long term, not a marathon, not a sprint.
It's communication, though.
But I'm definitely noticing a lot of things are changing in the real estate industry in general, in the market and in the industry. And I'm here for it. I'm excited, but it's... sorry.
Did you just spill your coffee
I spilled the tea.
Wow. It wouldn't be Mariah if she didn't spill it.
I'm totally noticing. It's crazy.
Okay.
Like, even, for example, I took a break off of, for like a year, I took a break off social media. And I was on, like, I had a profile still. I'd post on like Christmas and Thanksgiving.
The hard part, you have 2 profiles.
I have multiple profiles for all kinds of.
And she's locked out though. So I get confused as to like what profile to even tag you on.
About that. But just like everything from like even this YouTube channel, from Instagram, all kinds of different, every social media, where I just like wasn't using it as a pillar of our business. And from the time I left until the time I came back, the number of agents who are not just like on social media, but like, it's just like the industry has changed. Cause I know before I would get deals from social media every now and then, but and people would still say like, oh, it's not really a thing. Like, you can't really run a stable business. But now that's like everything. Like, it's just wild how the industry's changed. Like, even how I would find like a hairdresser. Like, I would look on Instagram and try to find someone. Like, isn't that crazy? But anyway, it's kind of off topic, but not really, because it's talking about things have changed. Things have changed.
Things definitely
Things have changed in the market. Things have changed in the industry. Things have just changed in.
Do you have any like fear?
General?
Do you have any fear right now? I'm just kind of bluntly stating things right now. As a realtor, you have no fear?
I have no fear.
I love it.
I have none.
I love it. I'm kind of the same way.
I feel excitement.
That's good.
I don't feel fearful because I'm taking action. I'm taking a lot of action in different ways and just trying to set myself up. And I don't feel scared at all. I'm here for it. I'm excited. This is good.
I don't have the fear, but I personally just like having relationship and just communication with other brokers.
Yeah.
I'm feeling their fear.
Yeah. But I think a lot of it too.
We're in the people business. We should know how people are feeling.
We've talked about this before recently, like maybe it was on a different channel, but like I remember back to when it was like 2017, 18 and homes were sitting for like I would have listings sit for 6 months and I wasn't worried. I knew they were going to sell. I'd call the seller every week and be like, hey, here's an update. There's nothing going on.
It feels like a different world.
And now I feel like there's a lot of panic from agents who've only been in the business since like 2019, 2020, when things really just got cray. And those agents think that like the world is ending because things are taking a week to sell instead of 24
they're
less than 24
terrified.
hours. And so that's where that fear is coming from. But it's like, this isn't like anything crazy. Like, that's kind of how I see it.
I even got jittery though. I gotta admit something. I was jittery on a listing we just took because I invested a lot of money in it, and it's never fun not getting your money back due to marketing and advertisement. And if you're a broker, in New York, California, in the big cities, this is just part of your marketing costs. You're getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to make $1 million deals. But when you're dealing with smaller transactions, it's a little different. And if you have multiple of these smaller transactions, but you're pushing and pumping all this cash into them, out of your business, that's another issue, because if things hit the fan, you have all this cash out there you're not getting back because these deals aren't made and they're not selling. We're not in a market like that by any means. But what I'm just trying to say is my blood pressure was just kind of rising a little bit because A, I had a fail sale, B, I had another fail sale, and then C, I don't know what this seller's thinking anymore, and it wasn't necessarily our fault. I just think we had a couple bad apples. Ultimately, we're closing 2 days on it on a cash deal. Randomly, we just find a cash buyer. So it took away a lot of my stress. But what I'm saying is I'm no rookie. I would consider myself anymore. I'm not a rookie. Yet I still had some blood pressure. I still had some, I was anxious, what's happening, But Mariah's like, it's easy, it's fun, be patient, it's gonna happen. And that was the exact mindset of my sellers too. So they weren't mad, they weren't upset. They are so appreciative of what we're doing for them. So yeah, I think it's just my mentality too, though.
I think you're a little too much of also a people pleaser. You get really, really worried if you think you're.
Well, yeah, when I'm having fail sales or something, I'm not happy.
You have to really emotionally unattach yourself, because it's inevitable. Something's going to happen eventually in a transaction, and someone's going to get mad at you, and you can't worry.
I had 8 other transactions going on at the time too, and they all closed, but it was just a lot going on, I feel like. And so you're exactly right. You need to remove yourself from the transaction and be an individual when you're not in the office and when you're at home. So that was kind of one of the hard things I wasn't able to disassociate from.
Yeah, you can't let your transactions going sideways mess with your mind.
but I mean, I'm nervous for the new agents. I have been for the last couple years, but people are still getting their real estate license.
I think I don't know. I think you just adapt, and whoever's supposed to be in the business will get weeded out, and whoever isn't will get weeded out, and what's supposed to happen will. I don't.
Answer this one for me, guys. For our audience out there, have you noticed more and more lenders contacting you, asking you to go to lunch, texting you every week? I mean,
lenders
I've had
are
more
thirsty.
lenders contact me over the last 3 weeks. Oh
my gosh, me too.
Than I think ever, even when I was new in the business.
Yeah, I have had so many lenders reaching out, texting, calling, emailing, video messaging, everything you can think of, trying to just get in.
Yeah, they're like,
slide on in.
We were mentioned your name in one of our meetings. You guys are one of the platforms. It was like, oh my goodness.
So many different ones, because
they're just trying to sweet talk you.
That to me is a sign. That to me is a sign that things are changing in the market more than anything, because I'm they're acting so desperate. Lenders are acting so desperate all of a sudden. Maybe it's just in our area. Are you seeing that? Because I'm
please
definitely seeing that.
Comment. I want to know. Because we're here in Oregon.
But it also could be because we're all of a sudden putting ourselves out there more. We took a break from social media. Our business wasn't really marketed online. We were getting business from elsewhere. So maybe that's why too. I didn't really think of that, but we did just start kind of pushing ourselves out there online more recently. So that could be it too. But I don't think so. I think it's the market.
Our audience, to let us know though.
Yeah,
for real. That's something I need to know, because it's strange. It's been a little strange. Obviously, we're nice. Yeah. We're approachable.
Yeah.
But there comes a point where you're like, I got my preferred guys.
Yeah.
I try out 3 lenders, see which one works best for you.
Yeah.
Just like your realtor. Hey, get 2 more to do a listing appointment with, and then throw me in the mix. Yeah. Maybe we're the right fit. 'Cause that's where I'm like, I come to life. I'm like a competitor, and I want to win something. I don't want to be handed the listing. Now, it's nice when you're handed things.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
it's always fun competing.
Let's pick. You scroll through, pick one question to answer. These are no. You pick like what you want. You read through. We have a handful. I'm showing him a handful of viewer questions because we haven't gone on here and like answered questions because we've just kind of been feeling like we don't really want to. Let's just talk. So we're gonna answer one viewer question. And we'll get to the rest
I like
later.
this one because I've been there and like asked the same question, especially when I first got in the business or when I felt really overwhelmed with messages and texts, because what people and my family members like realize about me is sometimes, and this is very rude of me, I get texts from like my family or even my parents and I forget to reply.
Yeah.
I open it and I'm like,
you are the worst at replying
it's
to
not
anyone.
important, you know?
Yeah.
And it is important for people because they're just reaching out and trying to check in on you. And
but
if you're not replying, that's your fault. So,
sorry, I'm going to add something. I think it's hard for you because you're really good. Because let me clarify. You're really good at replying to your clients.
The client,
like,
that's what I
you
mean.
get to them like ASAP. But I think that everyone else that's not a client, like me, your family, friends, anyone that's not a client, just gets ignored, maybe because you think your phone's only for business and you're like, I don't have to respond. Exactly. So I don't know. But anyway, continue. What's the question and who's it from?
My point is, though, I will reply when it's a phone call from a family member. The text I usually get lost, but the phone call, I'm happy to answer it and talk with you. That's kind of my I guess
thing.
My thing.
It's my thing.
Okay, so this one is from Realtor Reagan Jackson. Do you text from your regular cell phone number, or do you use a Google number or burner number of some sort? Well, to answer the question, I use my personal cell. I just get more work done. But I've seen multiple people have multiple different phones or phone numbers. There's Google numbers. I think that's a great idea. We just haven't incorporated that into our business quite yet. Now, there are some phone numbers when you do like subscriptions with cold calling subscriptions. You put out like a different phone number. And that, because think about it, you're sending like so many text messages to like hundreds of people in those platforms. And so that's where I was about to do that like 2 years ago on a subscription, but I just never decided to do that. It just was an added cost that I didn't really feel was necessary at the time. But to answer that question, I use my personal cell phone number, one phone only. And, you know, that's just how I've always done things. But it's not a bad idea, honestly. Right. If you feel yourself overwhelmed or just want to have that different organization tool, I think having a secondary cell phone, A, it's a business write-off, you know, business account. And B, it's just going to keep your, I guess, mental state better. Because like I said, I'm guilty of not texting back certain people if I don't feel as if it's important. But it really is important because they're just caring about me.
Yeah. It's very important. Mm-hmm. Okay, well,
I thought you just looked at your phone to answer another question.
Oh, no, did you want to? No, that's all I have.
Nope. I think, this was just a quick weekly update. This is where Mariah and I are at in life. We drink our coffee, we got our tea. We're getting reached out by lenders. Left and right.
We're getting hit up.
We are, we do set up the appointment though with them on
sometimes.
The occasion.
Not usually, actually. No,
I have one. I have one though. We're going to because I coach at a local school and he's part of the organization.
Yeah. But usually we just
I want to respect that.
You only gotta have a couple good lenders in your corner and don't waste your time with the rest. Anyway. Well, we love chatting with you guys in the comments below. Feel free to leave a comment giving us your questions, feedback, anything, opinions. Subscribe and hit the notification bell because we come on here every week pretty much and just chill and talk about real estate. And we'll see you guys next time.